Quiet.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Mr. Lawrence, and you're listening to Technocult Radio here on KDRT 95.7 in Davis, California. This hour, you'll be hearing several live radio theater plays. Every sound you hear will be live, and here is our first performance.
We're the Meme Team, and this is the Davis Zombie Apocalypse, brought to you by Technocult Radio. The date is March 11th, 2043. It's a nice spring day. Birds are chirping. Students are biking around, attending classes, doing the normal college thing. Feels like a normal day to Daniel, Isaac, and April, who are sitting together in their empty TCS 3000 class, Advanced Biomechanical Electronics for Artists. They were working after class on a group project when April got a shocking notification on her phone.
Oh my god, I just got an Aggie alert email.
What does it say?
It's probably a stolen bike or something. Those warnings are always so random and weird. Like, just last week there was a nuclear bomb threat in Olson, but it turned out just to be an overheated iPhone 44 POS that someone left on the charging pad for too long.
Okay, well, it's neither of those. I don't even know how to explain it. It says a student was bit by a cow on campus, but the message says that it wasn't like a normal cow.
What the heck do you mean? Is it like a cow that gives out chocolate milk or something?
The cow was infected with some kind of disease.
Like mad cow disease?
No, this actually looks kind of serious. It was an escaped cow from the secret experiments lab in the MedScience building. It had some kind of DNA alteration and turned rampant. It started biting the scientists. The email is telling everyone to avoid campus by all means necessary.
You're joking, right?
No, I wish I were though. Look at this email and see.
It looks real, right? It has Chancellor Arnold Schwarzenegger's electric stamp at the end of it. What are all the students like us that are already on campus supposed to do?
I don't know.
The way I see it, we have two options. Barricade the art annex or make a run for it.
Wait, I got another message from them. They said the scientists are lactating, mooing, and violently sprinting toward people down Russell and Hutchison Drive.
Are you telling me that not only are there evil infected cows, but there's actually cow-human zombies too?
Man, this is gonna be the worst thing that happened to Davis since that time Catelli got caught scrubbing the internet decades ago. Hashtag pepper spray.
Focus, guys. What are we going to do?
There's two options. We pull a scary movie and separate from one another, and only one of us survives. You know, survival of the fittest and stuff. There's also the option of sticking together like all Aggies do and making it out all together. Hashtag we are Aggies. One of them is cooler than the other. Oh, there's option 2.1 of staying here.
Yeah, but if we decide to stay here, what are we supposed to do about food? What if we starve in here? And there's barely any internet connection in here. We need to stay informed. Why don't we make a run for the Coho? There we have food and we could be right next to the EDU Rome servers.
I agree with Daniel. The Coho isn't that far away, and if I'm gonna die, I want my last moments to be with food in my belly and my Facebook open.
So we all agreed to relocate to the Coho?
Yeah, I guess. Let me just have a quick cigarette really quick before we go.
You're lucky the smoke-free policy was abolished a couple years ago.
Gotta live it up while I still can. There's a lot of stuff to take in right now. Not getting my college degree, dying with debt, not living long enough to see the memes of the future, getting to see all the awesome professors at this school, getting an awesome job, knowing what I want to do with the rest of my life, all the good stuff, you know.
The three students prepare to gear up for their adventure. They grab mic stands as makeshift weapons and a couple of XLR cables as rope that could come in handy. The group makes their way to the Coho, weapons in hand, on the lookout for crazed scientists or angry mutant cows.
Well, at least this part of campus seems pretty deserted, like a Trump inauguration.
What are you talking about? I see 3 people running way over there. There's 3 times more people than Trump's inauguration. But yeah, no signs of cows.
The group is making their way past Olson.
Guys, get down.
Wait, why?
There's a zombie behind us. No sudden movements.
Run or fight.
I don't know. I can't think under pressure. Like, If we fight, we die. But if we don't, then we die. So do we die or do we die?
Rock, paper, scissors then? If I win, we fight. If you win, we run.
Oh my god, hurry it up. We don't have this kind of time.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock.
Scissors.
Great, fight a zombie it is. Get it over with already.
It's only one zombie. We should be fine.
As the three prepare to ambush the zombie, their hearts begin to beat louder and faster. The three create a plan to trick the zombie.
How are we gonna do this?
Me and April will trip the zombie while it chases after you.
First off, it's April and I. And second, what? Why me?
Hey, zombie, come over here real quick and kill Isaac, please.
Shut up. Not funny, dude.
Daniel uncoils the XLR cable, ready to use it as tripping rope for the zombie.
Isaac, you're obviously the fastest out of all of us here.
Lies.
So you'll be the distraction. Okay, so you're gonna get the zombie's attention and run in circles around the north quad. Me and April will hide behind a tree and get into position.
Whatever, man. Just don't get me killed.
Isaac then slowly begins to creep up on the zombie to get in position, but at that very moment, a scream is heard from the distance. The noise startles Isaac and points the attention of the zombie toward him. Just as the zombie begins to lunge toward Isaac, a squirrel gets in the way of the zombie, causing it to trip and break many of its rapidly decaying bones. As the zombie helplessly squirms on the floor snarling, Isaac says,
Hasta la vista, baby.
and hits the zombie several more times until it stops making a noise.
Did you really just say that? SMH.
Like I said earlier, zombies, come over here real quick and kill Isaac, please.
Whatever you guys. Let's just continue to the coho.
When they arrive at the Goho, everyone is already trying to get supplies and fight for food. Crowds of students start to fight for energy bars and water.
These are mine.
I got a daughter to raise.
You know what? Human can survive without drinking water for 7 days. Just put these bottles down. I guess we're too late. It's Black Friday all over again.
A crowd of hungry students swarm Isaac for the energy bars in his hand.
Hey, stop pushing me. Do you know what I can finish you off with? 1 nose, 2 ears, 3 toes, 4 fingers, and 5 slaps? Do you know who I am?
Guys, look, the cow's here.
All right, Mother Udder. You about to be the finest steak in the world has ever seen, or my name ain't Bobby Flay. What weapon do I have? Well, I got this lighter. What do you mean you're a 2,400-pound animal and I'm a 175-pound human with a lighter and you're coming with me after I finish this sentence?
Hey, are you gonna do telepathy with the cow or something? Let's be real. Come on, there's a shuttle bus outside of the MU. Let's get out of here.
How do you know they'll open the door for us? I think this bad boy is pretty safe. Did you guys not see it wink at me?
I think that's a twitch, not a wink. We better run. Hurry up before the bus leaves.
When the group is just about to escape, the cow suddenly makes a move and bites Isaac.
Ugh, you little cowster. Save me, meme guys.
Isaac!
Isaac! Oh shoot, we can't save him. Let's get in the bus. Bus driver, step on it. We need to get out of here.
I can't. Bus doesn't depart for another 11 minutes.
Scene. Thank you.
All right, so this is going to be our second performance here of Radio and Chill. Again, I want to remind everyone that all the sounds you'll be hearing are completely live. So I'll give it away to them.
This is Justin.
And this is Matt.
This is Ramal.
This is Jason.
And thank you. So welcome to another episode of Technical Radio. This is Radio and Chill on 95.7 KDRT in Davis, California. Today, we have a special segment for you, hoping that it will prepare you for the holiday spirit. Please join us as we take an adventure through A Christmas Miracle.
I'm Dr. Bethel from Yale. As you can imagine, you are of great interest to both the secular and religious communities. We believe you have had a genuine encounter with the real Santa Claus. This is nuts, man. I mean, we're just regular people who heard footsteps on Christmas Eve, and now we're a Christmas miracle. Indeed. Tell us what happened after you awoke.
Me and my girl woke up, and Santa Claus was standing in the living room, real as rain. The man was huge and jollier than all the stories made him out to be.
He said, "Come with me to the North Pole." Just like that, we were on a sleigh with reindeer and everything. Miraculous. And you, Mr. Rafferty?
Well, a little different for me. Just drove cross country with a stomach full of cheese and crackers, and I'm crashing in their guest room. Came downstairs later to get some cookies and milk, and I was met by a 9-foot tall goat man named Crinkle Mouse. I get the hint that I should come with. He takes me by the back of the neck and pushes me out the door. I never stood a chance for those cookies.
You were taken to Santa's sleigh?
No. Crinkle Mouse travels by dog sled. Which sounds fun, but when he straps a harness on me, throws me in with the freaking dog team. Now, these dogs don't fly, they run. If you think you can't run as fast as a dog, you're right. A minute in, I fall, get dragged for over a mile over a forest floor, and my sweats get yanked off. There was nothing between the ground and my bare skin. It wasn't the worst time I've had on all fours.
Fascinating. What happened when you arrived at the North Pole?
Well, it sounds crazy. We were taken to Santa's workshop. It was beautiful. It smelled like gingerbread. My beard still smells like it, ma'am. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, is Santa in the house? I had the elves make y'all some gingerbread cookies. I hope you enjoy your visit to the North Pole. Wow, Santa, you're the best.
Thanks so much, Santa. These taste amazing.
No problem. Make yourselves at home.
Yeah, Mrs. Claus came out with mugs of hot cocoa, warmed my tummy and my heart. I hope you both like cocoa. I made it fresh just for y'all. Oh my God, this is heavenly. It tastes like the cocoa my mom made on Christmas morning. With a little bourbon. That's just the way I like it.
What? These two were in an adult Christmas movie. Meanwhile, Crinkle Mouse takes me to the reindeer stables. He hands me a shovel, he goes, "Work!" Also, I had the pleasure of meeting Mrs. Crinkle Mouse, who looks more like a ram than a goat. She was thick. I think Krabby Patty size, double the meat.
And what happened next in the workshop? Well, you're not going to believe me, but the elves came out. We all sang songs.
There were a bunch of chubby guys in fun hats with cute little toes and noses. They knew all the Christmas jams. Weirdly, they were cuter than puppies.
Well, the stables had one elf. Looked exactly like Gollum. Smelled like a hard-boiled egg, and this little booger's name was Fart. Who would have guessed? The dang giblet never appeared in any of my Christmas stories.
Okay, did he also sing and dance?
Nope. He's in charge of the reindeer, right? He tells me it's time to check them for worms. Cut 2, I'm holding onto a lady reindeer, keeping her steady while Fart is poking around. These reindeer can fly, so when she bucks, I'm 20, 30 feet off the ground and still rocking zero pants here. Let's just say I understand why Crinkle Mouse and company aren't showing up on any Coca-Cola Christmas cans.
God, I don't think you had as good a time as we did.
Oh yeah, Doug? Yeah?
How were you returned home? Well, Santa sprinkled magic dust, and the whole workshop dissolved around us.
Yeah, I think it was laced with something, because I can't remember a thing about getting back home. All of a sudden, we were just back in our living room, Christmas morning. We went right out, loaded the truck with Christmas ham for the poor, came home that night, and we made love for the first time in 6 years.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, and so does Fart. Because when it was time for me to go, Crinkle Mouse hands him a magic stick, and this guy steps up to the plate and cracks me in the back of the head with it. He says, "Thank you, please come again."
Rafferty, you've been naughty your whole life. Cole was too good for you. Here's the stick of Christmas past, Fart. Knock her out. Hope you enjoy your Christmas in prison.
Yeah, I woke up in a closed Wells Fargo 15 miles from my house. I tripped some sort of alarm, so the cops show up. Mind you, I'm still pantsless. I'm looking around. This ain't no movie. I'm thinking, gosh dang it, Jim. You're becoming your father.
Remarkable. Do you think you will ever see spirits again? No, but I still feel St. Nick in my heart.
Yeah, actually, I see him whenever a child smiles.
Yeah, and I smell hard-boiled eggs, so Fart can't be too far off. I think that little booger followed me home.
Come to think of it, I smell hard-boiled eggs too.
Yeah, I think I smell...
Oh boy. What the crap am I supposed to feed that thing?
Is that... Fart?
That's him, all right. Look at those beady little eyes.
I'm confused. How did...
Should we let him in?
No. Nope. Nope. No.
Oh, come on, it couldn't hurt. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Doug! Oh my.
Ooh, well, that just happened. Anyway, y'all got some coffee or something? Yeah, well, thank you again for listening to our last segment from Radio and Chill. Please have a safe day and enjoy your day. All right.
Are we good?
The year was 2081, and everybody was finally equal. They weren't only equal before God and the law, they were equal every which way, mentally, physically, and emotionally. All this equality was due to three new amendments to the Constitution and to the unceasing vigilance of the agents of the United States Handicapper General. And it was in last April that the HG men took George and Hazel Bergeron's 14-year-old son, Harrison, away. It was tragic, all right. But George and Hazel couldn't think about it very hard. Hazel had a perfectly average intelligence, which meant she couldn't think about things except in short bursts. And George, while his intelligence was way above normal, had a little mental handicap radio in his ear. He was required by law to wear it at all times. It was turned to a government transmitter. Every 20 seconds or so, the transmitter would send out some sharp noise to keep people like George from taking unfair advantage of their brains. George and Hazel were watching television. There were tears in Hazel's cheeks, but she had forgotten for a moment what they're about. On the television screen were ballerinas. A buzzer sounded in George's head. His thoughts fled in panic like bandits from a burglar alarm.
That was a really pretty dance, that dance they just did.
Huh?
That dance, it was nice.
Yep.
He tried to think a little bit about the ballerinas. They weren't really very good, no better than anyone else would have been anyway. They were burdened with sash weights and bags of birdshot, and their faces were masked so that no one seeing a free and graceful gesture or a pretty face would feel like something the cat drug in. George was toying with the vague notion that maybe the dancer shouldn't be handicapped, but he couldn't get very far of it before another noise in his ear radio scattered his thoughts. George winced. So did 2 of the 8 ballerinas. Hazel saw him wince. Having no mental handicap herself, she asked George what the latest sound had been.
It sounded like somebody hitting a milk bottle with a ball-peen hammer.
I think it would be real interesting hearing all the different sounds and all the things they think of. Only if I was handicapper general, you know what I would do?
Hazel, as a matter of fact, bore a strong resemblance to the handicapper general, a woman named Diana Moon Glampers.
If I was Diana Moon Glampers, I'd have chimes on Sunday, just chimes, kind of in honor of religion.
Well, I could think if it was just chimes.
Well, maybe make them real loud. I think I'd make a good handicapper general.
As good as anybody else.
Who knows better than I do what normal is?
Right.
George began to think glimmerly about his abnormal son, who was now in jail, about Harrison. But a 21-gun salute in his head stopped that.
Boy, that was a doozy, wasn't it?
It was such a doozy that George was white and trembling, and tears stood on the rims of his red eyes. 2 of the 8 ballerinas had collapsed to the studio floor and were holding their temples.
All of a sudden, you look so tired. Why don't you stretch out on your sofa so you can rest your handicap bag on the pillows, honey bunch?
She was referring to the 47 pounds of birdshot in a canvas bag which was padlocked around George's neck.
Go on and rest the bag for a little while. I don't care if you're not equal to me for a while.
George weighed the bag with his hands.
I don't mind it. I don't even notice it anymore. It's just a part of me.
You've been so tired lately, kind of wore out. If there was just some way we could make a little hole in the bottom of the bag and just take out a few of them lead balls, just a few.
2 years in prison, 2,000 years fine for every ball I took out. I don't call that a bargain.
If you could just take a few out when you come home from work, I mean, you don't compete with anyone around here. You just sit around.
If I tried to get away with it, then other people'd get away with it. And pretty soon, we'd be right back in the dark ages with everybody competing against everybody else. You wouldn't like that, would you?
I'd hate it.
There you are. The minute people start cheating the laws, what do you think happens to society?
If Hazel hadn't been able to come up with an answer to this question, George couldn't either. A siren was going off in his head.
Reckon it'd all fall apart.
What would?
Society. Wasn't that what you were just talking about?
Who knows?
The television program was suddenly interrupted for a news bulletin. It wasn't clear at first as to what the bulletin was about, since the announcer, like all announcers, had a serious speech impediment.
Ladies and forget it.
He finally gave up and handed the bulletin to a ballerina to read.
That's all right. He tried. That's a big thing. He tried to do the best with what he could with what God gave him. He should get a nice raise for trying so hard.
Ladies and gentlemen,
said the ballerina, reading the bulletin. She must have been extraordinarily beautiful because the mask she wore was hideous. And it was easy to see that she was the strongest and most graceful of all the dancers, for her handicap bags were as big as those worn by 200-pound men. And she had to apologize at once for her voice, which was a very unfair voice for a woman to use. Her voice was warm, luminous, and a timeless melody.
Excuse me.
Harrison Bergeron, age 14, has just escaped from jail, where he was held on suspicion of plotting to overthrow the government. He is a genius and an athlete, is under-handicapped, and should be regarded as extremely dangerous.
A police photograph of Harrison Bergeron was flashed on the screen. The picture showed the full length of Harrison against a backdrop calibrated in feet and inches. He was exactly 7 feet tall. The rest of Harrison's appearance was Halloween and hardware. Nobody had ever borne heavier handicaps. He had outgrown hindrances faster than the HGE man could think them up. Instead of a little ear radio for a mental handicap, he wore a tremendous pair of earphones and spectacles with thick, wavy lenses. The spectacles were intended to make him not only half blind, but to give him winging headaches besides. Scrap metal was hung all around him. Harrison looked like a walking junkyard. In the race of life, Harrison carried 300 pounds. And to offset his good looks, the HE man required that he wear at all times a red rubber ball for a nose, keep his eyebrows shaved off, and keep his even white teeth with black caps that snaggle to random.
If you see this boy, do not, I repeat, do not try to reason with him.
There was a shriek of a door being torn from his hinges. Screams and barking cries of consternation came from the television set. The photograph of Harrison Bergeron on the screen jumped again and again as though dancing to the tune of an earthquake. George Bergeron correctly identified the earthquake, and well, he might have, for many was the time his own home and had danced to the same crashing tune.
My God, that must be Harrison.
The realization was blasted from his mind instantly by the sound of an automobile collision in his head. When George could open his eyes again, the photograph of Harrison was gone. Instead, a living, breathing Harrison filled the screen. Clanking, clownish, and huge, Harrison stood in the center of the studio. The knob of uprooted studio door was still in his hands. The ballerinas, technicians, musicians, and announcers cowered on their knees before him, expecting to die.
I am the Emperor. Do you hear? I am the Emperor. Everybody must do what I say at once.
He stamped his foot and the studio shook.
Even as I stand here, crippled, hobbled, sickened, I am a greater ruler than any man who ever lived. Now watch me become what I can become.
Harrison tore the straps of his handicap harness like wet tissue paper. Tore straps guaranteed support 5,000 pounds. Harrison's scrap iron handicaps crashed to the floor. Harrison thrust his thumbs under the bar, the padlock that secured his head harness. The bar snapped like celery. Harrison smashed his headphones and spectacles against the wall. He flung away his red rubber ball nose and revealed a man that would have awed Thor, the god of thunder.
I shall now select my Empress. Let the first woman who dares rise to her feet claim her mate and her throne.
A moment passed, and then a ballerina rose, swaying like a willow. Harrison plucked the mental handicap from her ear, snapped off her physical handicaps of marvelous delicacy, and last of all, removed her mask. And she was blindingly beautiful.
Now, shall we show the people the meaning of the word dance? Music!
The guitar player scrambled back into his chair, and Harrison stripped him of his handicap too.
Play your best. I'll make you a baron, a duke, or an earl. No! Like this.
Harrison did his best to hum a beautiful tune.
Now play.
The music began again, and it was much improved. Harrison and his Empress merely listened to music for a while, listened gravely as though synchronizing their heartbeats with it. They shifted their weights to their toes. Harrison placed his big hands on the girl's tiny waist, letting her sense the weightlessness that would soon be hers. And then, in an explosion of joy and grace, into the air they sprang. Not only were the laws of land abandoned, but the law of gravity and the laws of motion as well. They reeled, whirled, swiveled, flounced, capered, gambled, and spun. They leaped like deer on the moon. The studio ceiling was 30 feet high, but each leap brought the dancers nearer to it. It became their obvious intention to kiss the ceiling. They kissed it. And then, neutralizing gravity with love and pure will, they remained suspended in air, inches below the ceiling, and they kissed each other for a long, long time. It was then that the Animal Glampers, the handicapped general, came into the studio of a double-barreled 10-gauge shotgun. She fired twice, and the Emperor and Empress were dead before they hit the floor. The Animal Glampers loaded the gun again, and she aimed at the musician.
You got 10 seconds to get your handicap back on, mister.
It was then that the Bergeron's television tube turned out. Hazel turned to comment about the blackout to George, but George had gone out in the kitchen for a can of beer. George came back with the beer, paused a while a handicap signal shook him up, and then he sat down again.
You've been crying.
Yup.
What about?
I forgot something real sad on television.
What was it?
It's all kind of mixed up in my mind.
Oh, forget sad things.
I always do.
That's my girl.
He winced. There was the sound of a riveting gun in his head.
Gee, I could tell that one was a real doozy.
You could say that again.
Gee, I could tell that one was a real doozy.
Thank you.
Welcome welcome to our show, Shanghai Adventure. Today, Jose and Avis are flying to Shanghai for their vacation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shanghai International Airport. The local time now is 6:30 p.m. and the temperature is 70 degrees. 女士们、先生们，欢迎来到上海国际机场。现在时间是晚上6点30分，温度是70度。
Oh my, that's a long flight.
I know, right? I can't wait to get off the plane.
I can't wait to go sightseeing and try all the food in Shanghai. I hear this place is one of the food capitals in the world, but there's also Disneyland.
Oh yeah. Well, where should we go first?
I want to go to Disneyland. I hear it's better here than back home.
Oh, that's a great idea. We should definitely go to Disneyland.
Yes, we should go there immediately after we get off the plane. No need to check in the hotel. I'm tired of sitting.
Yeah, I can't wait until we get off the plane.
Wow, there's so many people flying into Shanghai today. It must be a holiday or something.
I know, right? Let's go now. There must be a bunch of people in the customs.
Let's get our things and get out of here. Hey! Don't push me! Don't push me! You see that? That guy just pushed me!
Welcome to Shanghai visitors. Please line up and wait patiently. Remember to have your passport and your custom phone ready. Thank you. 欢迎各位旅客来到上海，请耐心排队等待过海关。记得携带您的护照和海关报表。谢谢。
Oh my God, this line is so long. How long does it take us to go through?
I don't know. Maybe an hour?
Oh, I'm hungry and tired now. I want to get Chinese food right after we leave the airport and just take a nap. My backpack is so heavy and I don't want to carry it anymore.
Dude, just be patient and wait. Think about the food. It's sitting in the restaurant just for you, and it's so worth the wait.
Oh, I hope so. Food, I am coming for you.
Speaking of your backpack, though, what'd you put in there? It looks kind of heavy.
Well, I can't tell you what's in it, but I can tell you it's something very important.
Oh, okay. It better be something safe. I don't want to get into any trouble and ruin my vacation.
Of course not.
All right, if you say so.
Okay.
3 hours later.
Oh my goodness, it's been 3 hours and we're still here.
Oh, it might take forever with all these people here.
Please get me out. I'm angry and hungry. Hangry!
Okay, you can calm down a little bit. I think we have to just throw these bags over to X-ray so they can go through check-in. We should be out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, if we're not getting out of here in an hour, I think I'm gonna starve to death.
Hey man, they look pretty upset. You know why they're so upset?
No, dude.
啊，不知道，为什么这样？这是谁的包？
What?
Is she talking to us?
I have no idea. Oh, wait. That's my bag. Wait. That's my bag. My bag. Mimi, my bag, mine.
这是你的包吗？
Hey, it's my bag. Do you speak English? Dude, I don't know what she's saying.
Me either, dude.
请问这是你的包吗？
Man, what is she saying? I'm so confused.
Hi, I speak English. I think they're upset because of one of an item in your bag.
What?
What'd you put inside your bag, dude? I thought you said whatever was in your bag was safe to bring.
No, I just said it was super important. I thought it was safe to bring, though.
You didn't bring a weapon or anything, did you?
Of course not.
Oh. 你带这个小熊维尼是不允许入境的。
Oh, wait, what? That's my Winnie the Pooh collection. A ton of Winnie the Pooh, you know. Winnie.
Jose, don't you know that Winnie the Pooh's banned here?
No. What of all things? Why would Winnie the Pooh be banned in China?
Oh my God, man! Why didn't you tell me beforehand?
I didn't think it was serious. Hell, I thought we were gonna get in trouble because I brought my Facebook mug. Facebook's banned here, right? We're on our way to Disneyland. Of course, Winnie the Pooh's coming to Disneyland.
Oh man, what are we gonna do? It's literally one of the biggest offenses anyone can commit, bringing in Winnie the Pooh. Man, we're criminals. We could spend up to 20 years in jail because of this. What am I gonna say to my family?
你们在讨论什么？这是你们带的小熊维尼吗？
Wait, I brought my Chinese guidebook. I might be able to say something and get us out of here.
Go for it.
Okay, let me see. Oh, hi, you.
你们在说什么？
Jose, I think that's Japanese.
Oh, really? Let me try that again. Oh, hi, yo.
Jose, that's definitely Japanese.
Really? Oh gosh, this is a Japanese guidebook. Where's my Chinese guidebook?
Oh, how many times do I have to tell you to double check before you pack?
Well, it's not my fault, okay? I'm confused too. If you told me beforehand that Winnie the Pooh was banned here, then I wouldn't have brought him to China. So now we're questioned and don't even get to use the guidebook.
Oh, so it's my fault now. I'm the one to blame?
Yes, of course it's your fault. Oh my. Who are those people?
What people? Oh my gosh, I think they're security.
Oh, I wonder why they're here. Someone committed a crime?
I guess we're the criminals.
What are you talking about?
You're the criminal because of your stupid Winnie the Pooh obsession, and I'm a criminal too thanks to you.
Why? It's just Winnie the Pooh. He doesn't bite. All he wants is honey. Hey, don't arrest me. I'm innocent. I'm as clean as the water. No. I can speak Chinese. Ni hao, ni hao. Come on, sir. Where are we now?
Obviously, this is an interrogation room.
Oh man, what should we do? I don't want to be here. We should be at Disneyland having Chinese dumplings and tea. It's cold here and I'm hungry. Super hungry.
Stop complaining to me. I'm not the official. I don't have the right to release you. And I'm stuck with you too. Man, you should tell them that there's been some confusion and it's just a mistake.
Yeah, I know, but I don't speak Chinese. I can't explain it to them. I will as soon as we get a translator. Hello? I demand a translator.
Yeah, we'll just wait until it arrives.
2 hours later.
Are they ever going to give me a translator?
Maybe 1 eternity later?
Hi, I'm your translator. What happened to you?
Finally. Excuse me, miss. There seems to be some confusion. We're supposed to visit Shanghai for a week and have tons of good Chinese food, visit Disneyland, you know? The Shanghai Disneyland. I've been dreaming about it for weeks, and I have to go to Disneyland with Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is my best friend, and we both love honey, so we have to go to Disneyland together. But I didn't know Winnie the Pooh is not allowed in China because my friend here, Amos, did not tell me. I didn't mean to violate the laws or anything. All I want to do is go to the Disneyland. Please, 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 tell them we are innocent. Let us go. I'm hungry and I need food. Oh, and release my Winnie the Pooh collection too. I'm not leaving without them.
Okay, so why are you confused?
No, miss. He's not confused. He meant that this situation is confusing.
Okay, he's confusing you.
No, look. There's no reason why we should be still here when we arrived 6 hours ago. Is there a reason why we can't just take our things and go?
Okay, the gift shop is around the corner. You can buy t-shirts, candy bars, and drinks.
Look, this is going nowhere. I demand to speak to your supervisor, ma'am.
Okay, you going nowhere.
Do you even understand us?
Okay, I understand.
Really? Because I don't think so.
Okay, what are you thinking?
I think you're a really bad translator.
What? Me? Bad?
Yes, you. It's like the first time you understood anything I'm saying.
Of course I'm not bad. I passed the translation test with distinction. I have record. You want to see? Oh, it's not here with me. But I passed with distinction.
Oh my gosh, how are we gonna get out of this room with this translator?
Okay, wait. My supervisor is here now.
帮我问一下，他们为什么要带小熊维尼？
Okay, she let me ask you guys why bring Winnie the Pooh to China.
Because I didn't know Winnie the Pooh's not allowed in China. And I could take them anywhere I go.
Okay, so you don't know. 他说不知道。
不知道，为什么不知道
How come you don't know? You're the one who bring them, aren't you?
That's not what I meant. I told you why I brought them. I would never break the rules in the People's Republic of China.
Yeah, Jose's right. Just please let us go. He didn't mean to violate anything.
Okay, break the rules. So you know you break the rules.
No, that's not what I meant.
Please, ma'am. We don't want to go to jail.
Hey, I'm not a man. I'm a lady. Woman.
No, madam. It's ma'am, not man.
Stop calling me man. I'm gonna tell my supervisor that you guys are disrespectful.
No,
we're not though.
Please believe us. We're innocent. Don't take us to jail. All I want is Disneyland.
And all I want to do is leave this room.
Same. And I don't want to go to jail.
Okay, jail?
Yes, that's right. I do not want to go there.
Okay, yes, you are going to jail.
Wait, what?
How did you even pass your translation test? I said I didn't want to go to jail.
你们在做什么？把他们关进监狱
！Jail now!
Oh no.
No! Someone save us!
This is the last scene of Jose and Amos. Just kidding. Within a week, they're released from jail.
Finally, we're out. I'm so glad. I can't wait to go back to America.
Yeah, right.
Come on, Jose. Why are you so upset?
Oh, look. There's a group of people coming at us.
Oh, God. Who are they?
Oh, hey, they're here. Hi, Jose and Amos. I'm the reporter from KDLD. Can you tell us about how you feel being sent to jail because of Winnie the Pooh? And do you want to thank President Trump for helping you guys get out of jail?
Well, I think...
No, absolutely not. I will not thank him. He released us from jail, but so what? What about Disneyland? What about my Winnie the Pooh collection? There's no way he can treat us like this.
Thank you, guys.
And
this is our show.
Okay. I think we're good, yeah. Take it away.
Billy Weaver had traveled down from Stockton on a slow afternoon train, and by the time he got to Davis, it was about 9 o'clock in the evening, and the moon was coming up over the houses opposite the station entrance. The rain was deadly cold, and the wind was like a flat blade of ice on his cheeks.
Excuse me, but is there a fairly cheap hotel not too far away from here?
Try the Bell and Dragon. They might take you in. It's about a quarter of a mile along the other side.
Billy set out to walk to the Bell and Dragon. He didn't know anyone who lived in Davis. Suddenly, Billy caught sight of a sign propped up in the window. It said bed and breakfast. He peered through the glass into the room, and the first thing he saw was a fire burning in the hearth. A pretty little dachshund was curled up asleep in front of the fire. In the corner, he spotted a large parrot in a cage. Animals are usually a good sign in places like this, Billy thought, and it looked as though it would be a pretty decent house to stay in. Certainly, it would be more comfortable than the Bell and Dragon. To be perfectly honest, he was frightened of boarding houses. They conjured up images of crazy landladies and a powerful smell of old socks in the living room. Billy decided that he would take a look at the Bell and Dragon before making up his mind. He was turning away from the window when his eye was caught by the small sign that was there. Bed and breakfast, it said. Each word was staring at him through the glass, forcing him to stay where he was, and the next thing he knew, he was moving from the window to the front of the door, climbing the steps that led up to it, and reaching for the bell. He pressed the bell. Far away, he heard it ringing, and then at once the door swung open, and a woman was standing there. She was about 45 or 50 years old, and she gave him a warm and welcoming smile.
Please, come in.
She held the door wide open, and Billy found himself starting forward into the house. The compulsion, or more accurately, the desire to follow after her into that house was especially strong.
Yes, I saw the notice in the window. I was wondering about a room.
It's all ready for you, my dear.
The notice in your window just happened to catch my eye.
My dear boy, why don't you come in out of the cold?
She seemed terribly nice. She looked exactly like your best friend's mother welcoming you to stay for the holidays. Billy took off his hat and stepped over the threshold.
Just hang it there and let me help you with your coat.
There were no other hats or coats in the hall. There were no umbrellas, no walking sticks, nothing.
We have it all to ourselves. You see, it isn't very often I have the pleasure of taking a visitor into my little nest.
She might be crazy, but at such a low price, who cares about all that?
Billy said to himself.
I should have thought you'd be simply swamped with applicants.
Oh, I am, my dear. I am, of course I am. But I'm inclined to be just a teeny-weeny bit choosy in particular, if you see what I mean. But I'm always ready, just on the off chance that a fine young gentleman will come along. And it is such a pleasure, my dear, when I open the door and see someone standing there who's exactly right, like you.
She was halfway up the stairs, and she paused with one hand on the stair rail, smiling down at him with pale lips. Her blue eyes traveled slowly all the way down the length of Billy's body to his feet and then up again.
This room is mine. And here, this room is all yours. I do hope you like it. The morning sun comes right in the window, Mr. Perkins. It is Mr. Perkins, isn't it?
No, it's Weaver.
Mr. Weaver, how nice. I put a hot water bottle in between the sheets to air them out, and you may light the gas fire any time if you feel a little bit chilly.
Thank you ever so much.
He noticed that the bedspread had been taken off the bed and that the sheets had been neatly turned back on one side, all ready for someone to get in.
I'm so glad you appeared. I was beginning to get worried.
Oh, that's all right. You mustn't worry about me.
And what about supper, my dear? Did you manage to get anything to eat before you came here?
Oh, I'm not a bit hungry, thank you. I think I'll just go to bed as soon as possible because I've got to get up rather early.
Very well, then. I'll leave you now so that you can unpack. But before you go to bed, would you be kind enough to pop into the sitting room on the ground floor and sign the book? Everyone has to do it. We don't want to go breaking any laws at this stage in the proceedings, do we?
She went quickly out of the room and closed the door. The fact that his landlady appeared to be slightly off her rocker didn't worry Billy in the least. After all, she was quite obviously a kind and generous soul. He guessed that she had probably lost a son in war and never had gotten over it. A few minutes later, he went downstairs to the living room. The fire was glowing in the hearth, and the little dachshund was sleeping in front of it. He found the guest book lying open, so he took out his pen and wrote down his name and address. There were only two other entries above his on the page, and he started to read them. One was a Christopher Mulholland, the other was Gregory Temple.
That's funny. Christopher Mulholland, it rings a bell. Now where on earth have I heard that rather unusual name before? Gregory Temple, Christopher Mulholland.
Such charming boys.
He turned and saw his landlady sailing into the room with a large silver tea tray in his hands.
They sound somehow familiar.
They do? How interesting.
Yes, I'm almost positive I've heard those names before. Isn't that weird? They weren't famous in any way, were they? I mean, they weren't famous athletes or something like that.
Famous? Oh no, I don't think they were famous. But they were extraordinarily handsome, both of them, I can promise you that. They were tall and young and handsome, my dear, just like you.
Look, here in the book, the last entry is over 2 years old.
Dear me, I would have never thought it. How time does fly away from us all, doesn't it, Mr. Wilkins?
It's Weaver.
How silly of me, I do apologize. In one ear, out the other, that's me, Mr. Weaver.
You know something? Both of these names, in some peculiar way, they both appear to be sort of connected together. As though they were both famous for the same sort of thing, if you see what I mean. Like Brad and Angelina, for instance, or Bernie and Trump.
How amusing. But come over here now, dear, and I'll give you a nice cup of tea and a ginger biscuit before you go to bed.
You really shouldn't bother. I didn't mean for you to do anything like that.
He stood by the piano, watching her as she fussed about with the cups and saucers.
Now, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Christopher Mulholland, wasn't that the name of the schoolboy who was walking through the city and then all of a sudden...
Schoolboy? Oh, no, my dear. Mr. Mulholland was certainly not a schoolboy. He was an undergraduate. Come over here now and sit next to me and warm yourself next to this lovely fire. Your tea's all ready.
She patted the empty place beside her on the sofa and sat there smiling at Billy, waiting for him to come over. He crossed the room slowly and sat down on the edge of the sofa. She placed his teacup on the table in front of him.
There we are. How nice and cozy this is, isn't it?
Billy started sipping his tea. He could feel her eyes watching him over the rim of her teacup. He was still puzzled about the two names. He was positive now that he had seen them in the newspapers.
Mr. Mulholland was a great lover of tea. Never in my life have I seen anyone drink so much tea as my dear, sweet Mr. Mulholland.
I suppose he left fairly recently?
Left? Oh, but my dear boy, he never left. He's still here. Mr. Temple is also still here. They're on the 3rd floor. Both of them, together. How old are you, my dear?
17.
17! Oh, it's the perfect age. Mr. Mulholland was also 17. Mr. Temple, of course, was a little bit older. He was actually 28. And yet, I never would have guessed it. There wasn't a blemish on his body. His skin was like a baby's.
There was a pause. Billy took another sip of his tea. Then he set it down again in its saucer. He sat there staring into the far corner of the room, biting his lower lip.
That parrot, you know something? It had me completely fooled when I first saw it through the window from the street. I could have sworn it was alive.
Alas, no longer.
It's so clever. It doesn't look the least bit dead. Who did it?
I did.
You did?
Well, of course. Have you met my little Basil as well?
Billy looked towards the dog, and suddenly he realized that all this time it had been just as silent and motionless as the parrot. He put out a hand and touched it gently. When he pushed the hair to one side with his fingers, he could see the skin underneath, perfectly preserved. He turned away from the dog and stared at the landlady beside him on the sofa.
It must be awfully difficult to do a thing like that.
Not the least. I stuff all my little pets myself when they pass away. Will you have another cup of tea?
No, thank you.
You did sign the book, didn't you?
Yes.
That's good, because later on, if I happen to forget your name, then I can always look it up. I still do that almost every day with Mr. Mulholland and Mr.
Temple. Gregory Temple. Excuse my asking, but there haven't been any other guests here except them in the last 2 or 3 years?
No, my dear. Only you.
We're going to go back to the radio station. We are the Anti-Socialites, and that was The Landlady by Roald Dahl. Special thanks. This is Sinead, Gianna, our narrator, and Evelyn, our Foley artist.
Thank you.
I'm Dennis, and we're going to sign off. Back to the radio station.